Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. Today, we got some more of the boys, and we're going to rank our top 10 Invincible episodes that we've seen up to this point. And then we also got another mini game at the end. But we're just going to get right into it. We're going to start off with the boys. We just saw episode...
Was it 6?
Yeah, I think it was episode 6. We have 2 left. But what were your thoughts on episode 6?
In my opinion, best episode of the season so far.
Okay. I think I still like episode 1 more.
I know that'll be the one that people debate.
Yes, it was a good episode though. Out of 10, I would give it an 8. I'm guessing you're giving it a 9.
Yeah, I'd probably give it a 9.
Okay. The reason why I mean this is kind of jumping the gun a little bit. I give it an 8 is I'm a little bit nervous now about the ending. I feel like
because he got the V1.
I just feel like there's so much stuff that they have to do, and there's 2 episodes left.
Yeah, I will say though, like to everyone that was complaining about the last 2 episodes, how like they didn't feel like they were last season episodes and they weren't building towards an ending. Like this one did a great job, I think, of pushing towards an ending. Mm-hmm. There's so many character storylines that still need to be wrapped up.
That's
now.
what I'm saying. There's so much. And and the thing is, I know you haven't seen Gen V season 2, but we have not seen any of the Gen V characters yet, and then we have 2 episodes left.
Yeah, I remember watching the recap, and I know that don't A-Train and Starlight literally go to talk to the Gen V?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's crazy that they've not popped up at all.
And it's just weird because if they are going to use them, it's obviously going to be in some sort of way to stop Homelander.
Yeah.
And I feel like people that, first of all, who haven't seen Gen V at all are going to be like, who are these people and why are they such a big part in stopping Homelander when we probably want to see the boys do it, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
That's who everyone's going to
I wonder if they maybe just don't even put them in
at this point. I would not be upset if they did that.
I hope that's what they do, just because people like me, I've never seen Gen V, and to be honest, it's already canceled, so I'm not going to watch it.
I mean, there's just a lot of people that probably have not watched Gen V.
Well, because I feel like the advertising, I literally told you this when the last season was literally coming out, they did a terrible job of advertising Gen V as a show that you needed to watch with the boys. I did not know anything about it, or that you needed to watch it to understand boys stuff. And then I understand after watching recaps, there would have been a few things in season 4 that would have made a little bit more sense to me if I had watched Gen V season 1. So I don't know. It's kind of frustrating that they didn't, at least in my opinion, advertise it good enough to have everyone understand that they needed to watch it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it was a good episode. It definitely is top. It probably is my second favorite, actually. I was gonna say I liked episode 2 a lot at the end when Soldier Boy we thought died, but he was back at the end. I think that's my top 3 for sure. But yeah, I'm just nervous, because we have 2 episodes left, and I feel like it's making me feel like we're gonna have since we don't have the Gen V characters, I have a feeling we're gonna have a Game of Thrones type ending where something is just gonna be so unsatisfying.
No, I agree. I think it might be one of those things that feels rushed, certain character arc.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like it's so similar to Game of Thrones. I think the start of the season has been better than Game of Thrones.
And you know what? And you know what I think people compare is how Daenerys' turn into madness happened too quickly.
Very good point.
Is going to be
Butcher. Are you gonna say Butcher if he does that whole thing where he's turning to kill all the soups after Homelander goes?
No. I was thinking more of Soldier Boy's turn to liking.
Okay, that's fine too.
Homelander, it's kind of out of nowhere. He hates him.
And it's because of Stormfront.
Yeah,
which
I think is just kind of a stupid reason. I don't
that's what I'm saying. It's hard because this episode was great. It was entertaining, had a ton of really cool scenes, and it did actually build towards the conclusion of the show. It's just the fact that we spent the last 3 episodes of. It was solid episodes, but it didn't feel like the final season of the show. And now we're getting into it, and we have 2 episodes left. And you just say Soldier Boy now. Oh yeah, he wants Homelander to get the V1 because of Stormfront. There's no
It's just because she I guess thought Homelander was a god too, so she sees. I just I don't know. Yeah, it just seems weird. It
doesn't feel like something Soldier Boy would do, because Soldier Boy has never been the type of person who'd be I care about this person, so I'm gonna make the. Just because I care about this person. And it goes into Sister Sage's plan too, which I actually think Sister Sage was awesome in this episode. I love seeing her with the boys and stuff. But her plan fails because she didn't account for human emotions, and that's again just so weird. I get it. I completely get that people that are that smart would not account for that. I don't have any problem with that. A lot of people I see on Twitter are like, Sister Shade, she's so dumb. She's not the smartest person in the world. All this blah 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 blah. I think they're tripping, but it's just the fact that Soldier Boy is the one that made her mess up because of his emotions. When he's the whole show, I feel like he has shown really nothing, no sort of emotion for anyone. He's kind of always been like a self-centered prick who.
Well, and she literally showed him the video of Homelander and Stormfront having sex. Yeah, like I don't.
And then all of a sudden he's like, "Yeah, I'm flipping my mind. I'm giving you the V1." Even the episode before, I believe we got so many scenes of him saying, we've had tons of scenes where he's been like, just like telling Homelander he's a loser.
No, 100%. And there's literally scenes where he's telling him like, "You're never gonna get the V1. You don't deserve to live forever." Like. He's been saying that type of stuff to him throughout the whole season. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, literally the past like 2 episodes, he's just randomly been like, "Yeah, I kind of see him as a son. Like I'm starting to like care about him." It's just like, what? Where did that even come from?
Yeah, we got Ashley looking into his mind, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah,
I think we had this conversation how I want to see them team up and use their powers, because if you have reading mind and Sage, which is what they did, so I liked that, but it just led to that.
And I liked the whole like front Ashley is not like wanting to work with her, but back Ashley is willing to.
And then she knocks
like
out
how she chloroforms her, like that's it's so like that concept's like really cool.
And then she's walking backwards.
Yeah, like she's like awesome. Having to like learn how to like walk again, basically.
Yeah, like I said, this episode was great. It's just the fact that those problems for me that's what brings it back.
Yeah, maybe I should go down to an 8.5. Like I don't, I just like some parts of it I really really enjoyed.
Same.
Like there are some great scenes in it. Oh gosh, I should have looked up his name before we started.
Bombsight?
No, the guy that MM goes to figure out how to get a hold of Bombsight. The older guy.
Oh yeah,
I'm sorry guys. We got to get better at the names.
I don't know his name either, but
yeah, but
I know what you're talking about. I'm actually gonna look it up.
It was cool to see his character get reintroduced, and the scene between him and Homelander
is great.
That is literally might be my favorite scene in this whole episode.
Yeah, I mean it was great. I think a lot of that. I think it's cool that they had Homelander actually be like. Because they've showed so many times where if you show that you are not scared of Homelander, he won't kill you.
Exactly.
And that's what he did.
And it's cool that like this guy's been working with Supes for so long that like he knows that they're just like if you like cower and like you said like show that you're like afraid of them, that they're not going to respect you. So he like has this like courage to just say what he is the truth to Homelander, and he respects him for it.
Yeah, I agree. That was a great scene. It was definitely one of the best ones. It says his name's The Legend.
Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, yeah.
So
I remember seeing that now.
Paul Reiser
on the
okay.
closed captions.
Yeah, The Legend. That was a great scene.
I think his reintroduction was awesome. That scene is awesome. Another scene I really loved is when Bombsight's talking to Goldie, and he's like, they're talking again about the V1 and like how he wants to make her immortal like him, and she's like saying like, no, I don't want to do that.
And then that plays into the fact that Frenchie then ask Kimiko, is this how you feel? And she has that conversation with him. And
it's that concept of like living forever is kind of a curse because like
would you want to live forever?
No.
Yeah, that'd be horrible.
No, because you're gonna see it depends.
Everyone you love and care about.
It depends. If you can make everyone that you care about immortal too, sure, then yeah, that'd be awesome. But if you're gonna watch everyone that you care about love and die, like grow old and die, like
it'd be horrible.
Yeah, it'd be awful.
I just feel like also just a part of life is just the fact that you want to like cherish the moments that you have.
Exactly.
If you live forever, I feel like moments are less valuable.
And Goldie literally says something to that fact about in the episode, like how like it's only like life's only valuable because it's short. Like if it was forever, then it's not as valuable. And only someone like Homelander who cares about no one, loves no one would want that.
Yeah.
Like that is the only person that would want that.
It just frustrates me so bad because I'm not going to judge it yet because we still have 2 episodes left. So like maybe they just surprise me and these last 2 episodes are awesome. It just makes me so nervous because there's so much potential. Like you have the A-Train stuff, you have those conversations. Every single episode we've pointed out something that we think is awesome. And it's just if they just would have maybe if this episode occurred last episode and there was 3 episodes left, I'd be like, okay, they have 3 hours worth of screen time to make something work, and that I feel way more confident about that than 2 hours.
Yeah, I agree. One thing I do think, like a prediction I have, is how they were planning on using the virus on Homelander just to kill him, and then they were kind of okay with it if it like has other repercussions on Soups. Now I think it's gonna be Homelander that's trying to use the virus because he's gonna want him and Soldier Boy to be like the only superheroes now.
Yeah,
and the boys are gonna be like trying to stop the virus from getting
honestly,
out.
that's a very good prediction. I could very much see that. That makes a lot of sense because we'll see where it goes. It's weird. Do you think at this point I do feel like Homelander is gonna survive until the last episode? I know a lot of people were saying that there's gonna be a route where they go Homelander dies.
I think that would be a poor choice to kill him before the last episode.
I think Homelander's too big of an icon now too.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be cool to kill him maybe like a quarter of a way into the last episode, so that way we can see a decent amount of time after him, like how things change or like how the story plays out after Homelander.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he needs to live to like the last episode.
Another thing, this is where I thought you were going when you mentioned the Daenerys' turn being rushed, is I'm sure you've seen how in the comics Billy is like the final villain because he wants to kill all the Soups. Mm-hmm. I'm nervous that they're going to do that, and I feel like there's just simply not enough time to do that.
I mean, well, they've already kind of been showing that he's okay with being willing to kill like everybody.
Yeah,
but then they kind of backtrack on it though.
Exactly, I was about to say you really made points about him showing more humanity.
Yeah, they do kind of backtrack on it though, especially with the tarot POV stuff when he's talking to Huey. Yeah, like they definitely backtrack on it. Like he definitely seems more chill.
I just feel like since you've been doing that, I feel like it's gonna get to the point where if you have Homelander die, and the last 30 minutes is like, yeah, I'm gonna kill everyone. That's just like okay. Like, I feel like if you're going to do that, you should have maybe had Homelander die like earlier than what they're going to have and then do that. I don't even really want to see Butcher. Like, I would rather them continue their whole little arc they're doing of him showing more humanity, and Homelander's death is like the ending of the show. That's what stops it. And I want Butcher to kind of just to die. Like, I don't want him to, like Huey or anyone, to have to kill him.
No, I agree. I think just having him die in the process of killing Homelander
or something like that.
Yeah, that would probably be the easiest, or the most satisfactory way to see Butcher go out. It's interesting though, like if it does turn into a situation where Billy is like deciding he's just trying to kill all all Soups. It's kind of like a situation almost like Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan. Yeah. Like it's the main protagonist. You're on his side the whole time, and then at the end, you're like, holy cow, like he's trying to like commit genocide.
The only difference is, I mean, I can't really say that because of what Eren did. What Eren did was crazy, but I was gonna say at least before that moment, before the moment where they make those decisions, Billy has shown to be a way worse person.
Oh no, 100%. Yes.
So it's a little bit different.
Prior to that, but I mean post it though, like
yeah, I was gonna say pre-genocide.
Yeah.
Yes. We already talked about Sister Sage, so I loved that. Another big scene from the show is the Deep Kills Noir.
Yeah. I actually liked it because it was the first time I think we saw the Deep
actually kill someone.
And also just like do something that he wasn't scared of the repercussions. Like he's kind of just been like a coward this whole time. Like he does everything with like, oh, how is Homelander going to feel about this? Or how will my popularity be affected by this? That's like how he's always thinking. So it's nice to see a change where he's like, just deciding to do what he wants to do. I mean, also like what Noir did was crazy. I mean,
yeah,
like
it was
blowing the pipeline up and killing like
all those
fish. Yeah, that's like crazy.
I mean, Twitter is just full of haters. I saw people being like, "How did Noir die? Like he couldn't. He's just so much stronger than Deep. He can fly. He can just like get up off of them. Like he just
Noir. I don't think Noir can't fly. Can he?
He can. This new one can.
Oh,
but. Anyway,
Deep's strong though. I mean, it's not like he's
a soup.
He's a soup. Like it's not like he's just like.
I don't agree with that. I was just saying people.
Yeah,
were hating.
I don't. That makes no sense. He's literally a soup.
I completely get the complaints about what we just talked about, how it feels rushed, all that, and the Soldier Boy turn and all that. I do. I think the Deep killing Noir was fine.
It was not rushed. I don't think at all.
The whole season they've been building up their
their beef between each other. I don't. That was not rushed at all in my opinion. That was like perfect, like perfectly executed in my opinion.
I really enjoyed that stuff. I mean, how'd you like Bombsight's introduction?
Super interesting. We obviously didn't get to see much of him, but I think that was on purpose because I think they want us to watch.
I put a note down. It was 100% trying to like have like a lead into Rising.
Which is fine because I thought they did a good job of introducing him, making him seem interesting enough. Like he's a pretty strong character. But then he wants to become mortal so that he can, die and spend the rest of his time with Goldie. So I thought that was a cool, interesting way of like giving us a taste of him, but not like showing us everything for the new show.
I thought it was cool. I'm sure you did notice this, but have you noticed that he's the dude? He's like the basketball player, the team captain in Stranger Things. Season 4.
Yeah.
Did you notice that when you were watching it?
Now that you say that, I recognize him now.
Yeah.
When I was watching it, I thought he looked familiar. I didn't pinpoint it, but now that you say that, I 100% recognize him.
It's been a while since I watched Stranger Things, so I don't remember his name, but yeah.
Yeah, neither do I.
But that's who it is. That's the first thing I noticed. But I was like, okay, I didn't know that's who was playing him, but I thought it was cool. Like I said, he was a really interesting character to introduce a lot, and they have the backdoor pilot kind of into Vought Rising, which will be honestly a really interesting series. I
think it'll be super interesting. I'm pretty excited for it, honestly. Like I thought coming into the season, like I was like, you know what? Like I don't know, the boys kind of season 4 was kind of like so it's like maybe I don't love the way that this is going. So I was kind of like, I don't know how I feel about the new show, but like it's been cool to see Soldier Boy, and now we saw Bomb Sight. Like we're seeing these like characters that are going to be in Vault Rising. So I think it's going to be like pretty interesting to see how they use those characters.
And then another note I just wrote it down because I thought it was a good scene. So you had early into the season, you had a lot of complaints about Huey and Annie's relationship. I thought one of the better scenes was them laying on the hood of the car and looking up at the clouds. I thought that was honestly probably my favorite scene between them this season.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I completely agree.
I figured that you would have liked that considering the complaints.
Yeah, I definitely did. Like that's you really said it. Like that's been my main complaint with, especially with those two characters in particular. I've not cared nearly as much about their relationship as I have in previous seasons. Like I've not felt the like connection between the two at all. And I know that was somewhat intentional because Annie's been kind of going through a depressed state and stuff, but I'm like you said, like I said it earlier in one of our past podcast episodes, like I was kind of over this arc of like where one of them cares but the other one doesn't, and they're like they play this game where neither one of them are on the same page. Like they've been doing it for the past few seasons. So it's finally nice just to see them on the same page, and hopefully we get that for like these next 2 episodes.
Yeah, for sure. Any other like key points do you remember you want to talk about?
I think that was it. Oh, I did see a TikTok about this, which was kind of cool. Episode before this one, how they went through the different POVs from the meeting. Yeah. They've died in order so far.
I saw that too. They think that...
But that means Terror would die next.
Who is after Terror?
Sage.
I think Sage will die. Terror dying's weird. I don't know. That'd be kind of weird to call Billy's dog.
Yeah.
I don't see that. My next question I was going to ask you, since we wrapped up kind of talking about the episodes, do you have any changes in your death predictions?
Not really. I still think
Frenchie's cooked.
Yeah, Frenchie's dead for sure. I don't think there's any way he survives.
Might be next episode too.
I think MM is kind of safe. Like
that's what I was saying. I was talking to you about this. We were talking about yesterday. I really don't think MM's going to die.
No, I don't. I think he's kind of safe. I am starting to feel like maybe one of Annie and Huey might die though.
Me too.
Because they just showed him mending their relationship.
I think it's more likely Annie.
Like I agree. Yeah, I could definitely see Annie dying. I don't know if they'd kill Huey just because he's kind of the main character.
I think Huey's the most safe.
Yeah,
I'd be the most shocked.
He's basically the main character. So like, Huey is kind of safe. I mean, I do see a world where they kill him, but I don't think it's likely. So.
Yeah, I definitely am more on the Annie might die. I don't know if I had to make like a set in stone prediction right now. I don't know if I'd include her. I honestly probably wouldn't. I think I would definitely go Frenchie, and then obviously Billy, obviously Homelander. I'd go Soldier Boy. I'd go Sage. I'd go.
See, I would not have gone Soldier Boy, but now that he's had this twist where he's like on Homelander's side, I could see them killing him.
Yeah, and then I said Sage, Deep. I think Deep will die in probably
the
last
Deep's
episode.
Gonna die.
Who do you think's gonna kill Deep?
Noir was like the only other one kind of in the running, so I think it has to be Homelander now.
I think it's between Homelander and Annie.
Yeah, I did say that because that would be the most like fitting one. I feel like just because like how this show started, like obviously with him raping her, so her killing him would be pretty fitting. I guess Butcher could kill him too, but I feel like that's the worst of the options.
I feel like it's gotta be Homelander or Annie. Either of those, I'm fine with either of those. Do you think we're gonna see Homelander go insane next episode?
I mean, yeah, it was crazy. The shot of him just shooting his laser eyes like up in the air. Like, I'm curious to see if it has any side effects because obviously they've shown side effects of people taking more V. Like A-Train had the heart problems when he was pumping himself full of V. So I'm interested, and they say that V1 is like the most unstable of any of them. So I'm curious to see if it gives him like maybe new powers or side effects or something like that.
I've seen so many people like not debate but say different things on what V1 does. Some people are just like, it just strictly keeps you the same age, but you can still die though, but it doesn't enhance your powers. And some people will be like, it does all that, and it enhances your powers, you can't die, like all this stuff. I'm like, okay, what does it really do? My impression of it is I thought that obviously you stay the same age, you're pretty much immortal, and I thought it did have some sort of power enhancement.
I feel like it has to. How did Soulja Boy get his ability to take other people's powers away? Was that from the Russians when he was in like they were doing the testing?
I was gonna say I feel like he's just kind of always had that.
Oh, he's always had that,
or just since like back then. Yeah,
I can't remember exactly how they explained all that, but yeah, I mean, clearly it's been shown that the characters that were off of V1 were stronger.
Yeah, they're strong. That's what I'm saying.
So
like, it would make no sense if they don't have some sort of power.
At the very least, I mean, maybe it doesn't give him a new power, but at the very least, it's going to enhance his powers.
That's what I thought it was. I thought it was just a power enhancement.
But like, they show many times how like people react badly to the V1 too. Like they said some number. It was like they tested like it was some super high number, like 80, and like only like 800, and only like 30 people like lived with powers. Mm-hmm. So. That's what I'm saying. Like maybe, I mean, he is already a soup, so he probably can withstand it better than like an average person. Yeah. But maybe it has some side effects that like makes him like have some weaknesses or something like that. I don't know. That'd be the only other thing I could think of.
What's your prediction for how they're going to stop Homelander now?
Yeah,
I think there's only two ways that it can happen. One, Soulja Boy, in some sort of way because he has the ability to take away powers. Two. I know you haven't seen Gen V season 2, but Marie is able to like remove things from people's bodies. I think there's a possibility that they bring Marie in and have her remove the V1 from his system. The
only thing is like how are they going to get him to stay? Do they have to be still when she does that, or can she just kind of?
Probably. They probably need to get him to in range where she can actually do it.
Yeah. That's the only thing because like I mean he's not gonna just like stand still. So yeah.
So we'll see. I just feel like that's the only two ways. And again, if they introduce the Gen V characters next episode, I feel like that's so late.
Yeah, it is. It is super late, and especially like I'm definitely not gonna appreciate it. And I think I'm in the majority of people that have watched The Boys but not watched Gen V. So like. I just think if you introduce those characters and that's the primary, it's once again another Game of Thrones reference, how they built up the forgetting his name right now, the Ice King and
Night King.
Yeah, the Night King. Sorry, Ice King, the Night King in Game of Thrones. And like him and Jon have this like constant like face off. They do it multiple times throughout the seasons, and then all of a sudden Arya kills him, and you're just like, what?
Dude, Homelander has to die by Butcher, bro.
It is the only way. Like, it has to be the most sad. I want it to be Butcher killing himself, but also killing Homelander. Like that is the way to do it.
How they do it, Butcher has to kill Homelander. Yeah. That's been the rivalry the whole show. If you have 100%. Any other person do it, even Soulja Boy, I'm not gonna be happy with it. So with that being said, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I do want them to put in Gen V so Marie takes that out, so he is more likely to be killed and Butcher kills him somehow. Yeah. But like I said, that's just so many what ifs, man. It is
a lot, and there's a lot to do in 2 episodes. I will say the last episode I think is over an hour, so it'll be a little bit longer. I mean that's not much. It's only like we're talking like 10-15 minutes here, but. I think that'll help. I did not see the runtime for episode 7, but
I'm honestly curious. I kind of want to check. I wonder if it has.
The only reason I knew 8 is because when we looked at AMC's to possibly go see the because they're showing it in some select theaters, the final episode. I looked to see if we could go, but there's none near us. But I saw the runtime on it, and it was like a little bit over an hour. Okay. So.
I want to check just because I want to see how much time they actually have to do this. Episode 7. It doesn't say right here. Well, I don't feel like looking. Okay. I wouldn't. It's a finale. I'm sure it will be a little bit longer, and I'm sure the next episode will be about the same as it usually is. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. Do you have anything else you want to say?
I think that's it.
Okay.
Overall, though, good episode. Definitely building. I want to build them to build off of it. And
they gotta do a lot next episode.
Yeah, they do.
Because if there's another episode where nothing really happens and there's going into the finale, I'm completely out on it.
Did we even see anybody die in this episode? Like any main people?
Does Noir count?
Yeah, I guess Noir does count.
Okay.
Yeah, Noir was the only one.
That might be it though.
Yeah, because I mean they've made it seem like it's going to be like a bloodbath. Like a lot of people are going to die.
To be fair, a lot of people have died.
Yeah, that is true.
They pretty much killed off a person per episode.
Yeah,
we had A-Train, Firecracker. Noir. Is that it? That's honestly less than I thought it was. I thought there was 4.
There's definitely more.
We had the Soldier Boy fake out. That doesn't really count.
Oh, and sorry, I just thought of something else. Just I don't know why it's triggered in my mind, but also Ryan.
Oh yeah, where is Ryan, bro?
We didn't even see Ryan in this episode. I don't know how they're going to use him. We
haven't seen him since episode
since
3?
Homelander like almost killed him, and then Butcher had him back at their hideout and was nursing him.
It was at the very beginning of episode 4.
And then he like ran away.
Yeah.
But Ryan, that is another person I think I'd be kind of okay with killing Homelander. Is Ryan. It has to be Billy or Ryan though. Those are the only 2 people that are going to be somewhat satisfying. I completely spaced him because
where is he?
I just
forgot about him.
So yeah, I think Billy or Ryan, like that is gonna those 2. Maybe they team up and kill him. Maybe that's how they kill him. Because Ryan's like just like. He obviously doesn't have as much experience,
but he's
just as strong.
He's
I mean, he's literally his offspring. So like he has the DNA to beat Homelander. Obviously, he's not experienced enough. But maybe if he teams up with like Butcher and Starlight, maybe they can take him down. Yeah. I don't know.
All right, was that it?
I think so.
All right, you ready to get into our top 10 Invincible episodes?
Yes. Let's do it.
Top 10 Invincible episodes. We're gonna alternate, so we're gonna go. He goes number 10, I go number 10. We're going to make our way up all the way up to number 1. But obviously, this is just the episodes we've seen up to this point, and I'm sure by the end of the show, there'll be a lot of different changes, and we can redo this. But
did you do any honorable mentions?
I did not. I was going to say, if you have honorable mentions, you go first and just say
I just have one. It barely missed my list, but I feel like it was good enough that I needed to talk about it. Season 2, Episode 4. This is when Mark reunites with Nolan on Thraxa. Great episode. There's a lot of like tension between Mark and Nolan, obviously because of what happened back on Earth. Kind of what we'd been building, waiting up for to this point in the season was like seeing their reaction to seeing each other.
Yeah,
and then also we get to see Mark actually like lock in. I feel like it's like the first time we see him actually like not hold back and like fight somebody for real.
Yeah.
When he's fighting the girl with the dagger in her hair. So yeah, I thought that was like worth mentioning. Just barely off my list. But.
Okay. Do you want me to just do my number 10?
Yeah.
Switch. Okay. So at number 10, I'm very curious to see where you have this because I know you're gonna have it. I have season 1, episode 1. It's about time. It's just a great. I think you can't have a top 10 list without it. It's the start of it. It was a great introduction, all the way up to the big twist at the end. It was just you kind of like are watching. You're like, okay, this is pretty good. It's just like a normal superhero pilot. It's not anything crazy, but it does a good job introducing all the characters. But then you have the twist at the end where it's just kind of like, oh my lord, where is this going? And you see Omni-Man just kill all the Guardians. It's just one of the most shocking like scenes in a pilot ever. So yeah, it's an awesome episode. I think it's one of the best pilots that I've seen, especially from superhero TV. So that is my number 10 spot. I feel like I had to put it on there.
Yeah, it's in my top 10. I don't want to reveal quite where it's at yet. For sure though, I completely agree. Like that the ending of it, especially when you see Nolan kill them, it's just like holy cow. Like you're so curious. There's so many questions. I remember watching it and I was like, okay, I have to watch the next episode.
Yeah.
Like I was late at night. I was watching it too. Like it was like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. I started the show and like I was kind of planning on going to bed after watching the first episode, and I was like, no, I have to watch. So I watched another episode.
What's your number 10?
Season 1, episode 7. So this is when we get to see Omni-Man versus Immortal, and then also Cecil kind of attacking Nolan. I also believe this is when Mark is talking with Eve.
Like where at?
I can't remember. Is this when they're like in the kind of the forest area together because she ran away from home?
It could be.
I think it might be from this episode. I know Mark's not like in it a ton. It's mostly like Omni-Man getting like him and Cecil and him and Immortal and stuff. But yeah, I think the stuff between him and Cecil is amazing. Also, Cecil does this without knowing like if Mark is going to be on his side or Nolan's side. Yeah. That dynamic is so interesting. But yeah, it kind of it was such a good build up to the finale. That's why it's on my list for me.
Nice. That was my 10. 10. Okay. My number 9. I have his honorable mention. I have season 2, episode 4, just inside of my top 10. You talked about Mark and Nolan. I just thought that it being the first time they see each other ever since the incident in the season 1 finale, it was just kind of like we all wanted to see it. Yeah. And I think it lived up to the hype pretty well. You just kind of see just the dialogue between them, just the emotions and the tension between them, and just seeing how Mark is reacting, how Nolan, that's like the first glimpse of Nolan's redemption arc we kind of see. And we see him with a new family and all this stuff. Yeah. And we see Mark's reaction to that. It's the introduction to Oliver. Yeah. And then you also get the Viltrumites that attack them at the end, and we get that battle. I think that was a really good action sequence.
No, I agree.
But really, the MVP of that episode is just seeing them together, the dialogue, the tension, kind of like what you just said. I just feel like it's one of the better written episodes inside of Invincible, so I have that at number 9. Yeah, no, great episode. Barely missed my top 10. I was really debating between that and episode 7 from season 1. They're both some similar tiers to me. I probably give them the same score. So yeah, just barely fell out of it for me. My number 9 is season 2, episode 8, season 2 finale. Mark versus Angstrom, part 1. Great episode. I love the scene where he's like teleporting Mark and stuff, and then Mark sees Debbie on the ground with like her arm like snapped, and you just see him like lock in, like he's like he decides like, no, I'm not holding back anymore. And that scene is so awesome. Angstrom's honestly like a pretty underrated villain, I think. People, I mean, obviously like Conquest and Thrag are just so powerful and stuff, but like Angstrom really is like super psychotic and like obsessed with Mark. So I just think that is like a great episode. I think all the finales are honestly going to be on our lists. Maybe not the 4th one, season 4. I don't have the 4th one.
Neither do I.
Okay,
that's crazy. That's crazy to say too. Like I don't. That's the only one that's probably not on our lists. But yeah, I think this was like probably the 3rd best finale. Yeah. So definitely had to be on my list. But yeah,
for sure. All right, my number 8 spot, I'm curious if you have this one. I have season 3, episode 2, A Deal with the Devil. This is this whole episode is just Mark versus Cecil, and just kind of dealing with Mark's morals and just his battle with Cecil at the start of that season. It's kind of just like the main thing that goes on through that first start of season 3 before we get into the Invincible War. And then the conquest coming in at the end. But yeah, I mean, there's not really like too much to say about it. That the MVP of the episode is simply Cecil and Mark's relationship, and I think it's just such an interesting like storyline that they went through, just seeing that battle, because the whole time they've kind of been working together, and that's the first time you kind of see like Mark be like, yeah, I'm done with Cecil, even though Cecil, I mean, there's a lot of talk about him and like his decisions and stuff, but I'm on the side where I feel like Cecil's made a lot of good decisions, and he is of much use to Mark, and you kind of see that later in the season 3 finale when, you know, Eve is he thinks she's dead, and he's yelling out for Cecil. Yeah. And finally, like, because the whole time he kind of just cut off Cecil. I just think that's like the biggest part of that episode, is the biggest part of that, and I just loved it.
That's also Cecil's backstory, right?
Is it?
I think it's in the same episode.
I couldn't remember if it was that or 4, but I didn't write it down. If it is, that makes it even better.
I think it is in that. I think it is in that episode. I'm not 100% sure. I actually have the exact same episode at number 8.
Okay, bet.
Season 3, episode 2. Yeah, I have Cecil's backstory written down here. I think it was in it.
If that is, that makes it even better.
Yeah, you guys have to fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure his backstory is in it. Also, we get the scene of him killing the Reaniman.
Yeah, Reaniman too. Yeah.
Yeah, that scene is in like every single Invincible edit. It's so awesome. We also get to see like the Guardians choose to help Mark versus helping Cecil. Like obviously Cecil puts the Guardians together, but they realize like what Cecil is doing to Mark isn't necessarily like something they support, and so like seeing them back Mark is super cool. I all the stuff you said I agree with, like seeing Mark versus Cecil and then building that relationship, because seeing Mark realizing like I do need him towards the later end of the season, I think it's just great. So
yeah, it's a great episode. It's definitely, I mean, looking at this, I have a ton of episodes towards this later half of the season. In terms of episodes that are in like the first like 4 episodes, I mean, it's my favorite out of all these. So
yeah, the only other one, and I don't think it beats it in my opinion, is season 4 episode 2. From early season there, episode, but that's only. But yeah, I agree with you.
I guess you're gonna have the pilot over it. But I actually have this episode over the pilot. But all right, I'll go into my number 7. It's the one you've already said. I have the season 2 finale at number 7. I thought you were stronger scene is just so good. It's one of the best. It's one of the highest highs in the show. Just kind of seeing Mark fully go once he sees the situation Debbie's in and that she's in danger. He kind of just locks in like, I'm not holding back anymore. Yeah. And you get the scene of him after he's done like going insane on Angstrom, of him saying, I thought you were stronger. It's just one of the best moments. And we also get, that's the first time we see the evil Marks, I believe, in this episode too. The evil Mark variants.
Yeah.
And then I think a very underrated and honestly might even be the MVP of this episode is Debbie. Just kind of, that's Debbie's, like, the voice acting was just insane during this episode, and just the whole scene of when she is in danger and she gets to see Mark act like this for the first time, and that's just kind of, it's just kind of cool to see, because, you know, Debbie obviously is kind of, she's still hurt from what happened with her and Nolan, and now she's seeing this happen, and in her head, she's obviously going to be like, I mean, I don't want Mark to go down the same path that Nolan did. But it's a really emotional episode, and it's a really underrated finale. Like, the other 2 get talked about so much, but this is really, it's one of the better episodes in the show. And
I agree.
It deserves a lot more praise. But yeah, that's in my number 7 spot.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a great episode. We're on number 7, right?
Yeah.
My number 7 is season 3, episode 4. This is Mark and Eve's first date. So that's interesting. They're getting their kickstart to their relationship. I love the scene where they're flying around together, like all over the world. I think that's so awesome. This is also when we get to see Nolan, Alan, and Battle Beast escape from the Viltrumite prison. You guys know I love Battle Beast, so that scene is so awesome. It's probably in my top 5 fights in all of Invincible. So I love that episode. I think there's so much good stuff from it. I think it could probably shift up or down one for me, depending upon like the day for me. But I just went ahead and put it at 7.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's I'm guessing we have a very similar top, like 5 to 6. That's actually that I don't have it on my list. If I was to do an honorable mention, that would be my honorable mention. Just so you know, it's just not on my list.
Yeah.
But, we're at number 6 now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. My number 6 now. You had this, I believe, at 9. It was a little bit lower than me. It's season 1, episode 7.
This one was 10.
It was your 10. Number 10. Okay, yeah. But so I have a little higher than you, just outside of the top 5. Again, I thought Debbie was amazing. My favorite part of this episode, obviously, towards the end, you get to see Immortal confront Omni-Man. Omni-Man kills him, and then it's kind of just the cliffhanger going into the finale. But I think the most awesome part about this season is just seeing Debbie finally come to the realization of who her husband truly is, and with Damien Darkblood and her just like finally investigating and finally realizing that that's kind of what the whole first half of that episode is until you get to that best part. I just think it's one of the most tense, like, oh gosh, she's gonna find out this episode, and then she finally does. Then you get the insane moment of Mark seeing Nolan kill Immortal, and it's just the perfect cliffhanger going into the finale. I just think it's a really slept on episode just because it's next to
I mean, finale. we were kind of talking about our top 10s loosely before we started recording. I kind of had forgot about the episode, but then when I went back and like was going through descriptions of the episodes to kind of re-jog my memory, especially for the earlier seasons, when I remembered, I was like, holy cow, yeah, that's a great episode. That's why it had to go in my top 10. It bumped the season 2 episode 4 just outside of it, because I had to put it in my top 10. It's a great episode.
Your number 6.
My number 6 is season 4 episode 5, Mark versus Conquest part 2. Just outside my top 5. There was a really hard debate for me between my 5 and my 6. I ended up landing on this one going 6. I think just pretty much all the episode was amazing. Like getting to see the interactions between Nolan and both of his sons leading up to it. And then like halfway through the episode, Conquest just shows up. It was like insane. It literally felt like a season finale. It was like when he popped up, I was just crazy. Like I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
The fight obviously is probably a top 3, top 2 fight in all of the show. Mark, just like seeing him refusing to let go no matter what Conquest did was pretty awesome. And that we've talked about before, that scene with Conquest popping up behind Oliver is like probably one of the best one shots we get in any of the whole show. So the animation was also great. You know, that's one of the things that goes kind of up and down, but like the animation in this episode was amazing.
All right, same episode for me is at number 5. Season 4, episode 5, Give Us a Moment. When I was like going through and like making my notes on this, I forgot how many good scenes are in this episode. I honestly think I maybe could even put it higher, but I'm gonna stick it at 5. You talked about Nolan, his talks with Mark, also his talk with Debbie is just one of the best scenes in that season, and honestly in the entirety of the show. You also get Tech Jack's introduction, which I thought was cool, and we get to see her later on, and I think I would like her introduction more now just because I really enjoyed her going on into the second half of that season, or towards the end of that season. And then we get... What was the other one? Oh, yeah, we get to see the Vilgemart War star. We get to see Conquest come out of nowhere, and that whole fight, like you said, is one of the best fights in the show. I'm not sure where I'd actually place it, but it was just kind of insane. We leaving that cliffhanger of Conquest dying and Mark. Not sure what Mark's fate is, even though we kind of knew he was gonna live, but still, it was just kind of insane to see. But there was just so many good scenes in that show, and the cherry on top was just Conquest coming back, and I think it's just such a good episode. It's kind of insane that we got that in episode 5. So
yeah, no, I agree. I literally on the escape pod when they had Robert Kirkman on, he literally said like himself like that's normally like a season finale like level show. So to get it halfway through the season was awesome. My number 5 is season 1, episode 1. I know this is probably higher than maybe what most people would say, but honestly, the cliffhanger I think is just so good. Like I think the pilot for any show needs to draw you in, get you interested, to make you want to watch the show, and I think it did a perfect job of that. Like, kind of the whole time you're kind of just like trying to figure out what's going on. It seems like it's kind of an interesting like world, and you're like learning about all these characters. Obviously, like Nolan Omni-Man seems like a good guy. Like he doesn't seem like he would do anything like this. And all of a sudden, when he just turns and is attacking Guardians of the Globe, you're just like, what is going on? It's like insane. So, I think I put it really high because, like I said, literally when I watched it, I was like planning on going to bed. I think after I watched it, and I was like, I have to watch another episode. So I think anything that can like move me to be like, I got to do that, like it has to be pretty high for me. So
that was your number 5.
Yeah.
All right, now my number 4 spot, I have season 3, episode 7. What Have I Done? The Invincible War. It's just awesome. Just seeing that it's pretty much just action nonstop, and just seeing all the different Mark variants and Mark fighting them and Mark feeling guilty about it. It was just awesome. And then you get the best moment in that episode, definitely is Rex's sacrifice. Probably it's one of the most emotional moments in the show, and it's kind of just the completion of his sort of redemption arc. But it's, like I said, it's an extremely emotional moment and one of the better episodes, one of the better moments in the entirety of the show. And then it ends off on another great cliffhanger where we get to see the reveal of Conquest and him stand ready for my arrival, Worm. Yeah. And we get to see that at the end. So it's just a great episode. It has a lot of action. It is a mixture of action and emotional moments, cliffhanger. It's a lot of stuff that you would want in a pretty good, good Invincible episode, and it had that. So
yeah, I literally have the exact same episode for my number 4, season 3, episode 7. You pretty much said exactly everything that I was saying. Obviously, Invincible War, seeing all the Invincible variants is awesome. Mark versus Angstrom, part 2. Cool to see those two characters kind of reunite once again and fight. And like you said, Rex's sacrifice, and for me is the most emotional part of the show. Especially with how him and Shrinking Ray, how their relationship was growing, and how they were gonna kind of try and settle down together and stuff. I just think that his sacrifice is super emotional. Is his funeral's not until 8,
I believe. Right? Wait.
It has to have been, because the Conquest fight happens literally right after, during the Invincible War. So yeah.
That's true.
So yeah, never mind on that. But yeah, just that whole episode, literally, like you said, nonstop action throughout it. Definitely one of my all-time favorite episodes. So I put it at 4.
Yeah, well, I believe we have the same top 3. I doubt we have it in the same order just because we've had this conversation before. But in my 3 spot, I have season 4, episode 7, Don't Do Anything Rash. It is definitely actually, I won't say definitely just because how much I loved episode 5, but it is my favorite episode of season 4 and one of the best episodes in the show. You get to see Thrag's backstory starting off, and that's just so cool, just seeing that level of threat, just seeing him, how he became who he was, what his motivations are, what just went on before this episode. So that was awesome. Then you get the introduction of him when they're all in the space and they're going into Viltrum and they're hiding in the ring, and then you get to see that fight with Thrag and him kind of just standing there, and you're just like, okay, why doesn't he do anything? And everyone online was saying like, okay, is this dude a fraud? Like, why is he just sitting there? And then he just absolutely demolishes everyone. It is one of the best villain. I mean, technically it's not an introduction since we've seen him before in the past episode, and I believe we saw him maybe in episode 1 at the end, but it is still, in terms of, if we're talking about that as the first time we actually get to really see him, that is one of the best villain introductions ever.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Him absolutely destroy everyone. Honestly, this episode, like when I was going through and like trying to like make points on why I like it, there wasn't too many points I had to make, but it's really just the fact that whole sequence of just Thrag's introduction and seeing the destruction of Viltrum, that just being another great scene in itself. That whole sequence is insane. So it's up there for me. It's my number 3 spot.
My number 3 is season 1, episode 8. This one, I would not be mad at you if you say it is your favorite episode or the best episode at all. Get to see Mark versus Nolan, which I think there's just so much that goes into that. You have the Think Mark scene, and the baseball scene, like all that happens like within a short time period with each other. But like just seeing, like, that's also, I think, when you see like him call Debbie a pet, and just you realize like how much he is just brainwashed by the Viltrumites, and he is willing to do whatever it takes, even if that means killing people he loves, to make sure he completes his mission. And you just see Mark, like, this is and this theme continues, Mark's willing to like stand up to people no matter what. Like, even if it means that he's gonna, almost die, he's willing to do it. So I just think how much it shows Nolan's like evil side and how much it shows Mark's heroism, I think, is just amazing. That's the contrast. Like, just a great culmination of the first season. So yeah, I put it at 3.
At my number 2 spot, I have the season 3 finale. I Thought You'd Never Shut Up. I think that is the first episode I watched of Invincible where, actually, besides my number 1 spot, but this is the second episode I watched where my jaw was just like, bro, what are we watching? I think that is the best fight in the show. I think Conquest and Mark's first fight is the best fight in the show, and it's just straight. It's just, like I said, just one of the best. And not even just the fight, it is some of the best dialogue. You get the "I'm so lonely" monologue, you get the back and forth. And I just love Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Like, when I honestly didn't even, actually, you might have told me because you watched the episode before I did, and you told me that Jeffrey Dean Morgan voices a character in it, but you didn't tell me who. But when I heard his voice, I just knew immediately who it was, because I'm just like, I'm a huge Walking Dead fan, and the minute he talked, I was like, wow, that's Jeffrey Dean Morgan. And just seeing that, and just seeing that fight was just absolutely insane. And then you get Eve's death, and just when that happened, I was like, are we serious? Like, I didn't really think in my head at the time that she's still alive, because she literally just got like punched through the chest and all.
And like me and you had not watched, and I still haven't. I don't think you have either. The Adam Eve special, so we didn't know that she had like the ability to use like her like sentient power. So like that was a crazy reveal too for both of us.
Yeah, and then seeing her come back was just like awesome, and then finally seeing her pretty much show how strong she is to help Mark beat Conquest that time, and just the whole. I mean, Mark has both of his arms broken, and he's using his head to like bash his head. And it just the dialogue in it is just so good. I think that's such an underrated part, just because of the fact that everyone's just gonna think about that fight. But it is seriously just an insane episode.
Yeah, a great episode.
Yep, that's my second spot.
Yep, I have the exact same episode, season 3, episode 8. Once again, like I said for season 1, episode 8, would not be mad at you if this is your favorite episode. Conquest's introduction. Like you said, is just so awesome. The dialogue we get from him, like just everything he's like talking about, like how he doesn't get a name, he just gets a mission or a purpose, and how he's like just talks about how he's lonely and how all the other Viltrumites are scared of him, and everything between him and Mark, like the dialogue, like you said, is just awesome. Like you said, it's so emotional to see Eve die. And Mark's just crying out for Cecil. That whole episode, and then like Rex's funeral is also
in there. Like if that is at the end,
that's super emotional as well. Like easily just like one of the most emotional episodes throughout the whole show. Like you said, my jaw was on the ground the whole time. Like I couldn't believe how. Everything that just kept happening was like one thing after another, and it just like never stopped. And you're just like, holy cow, like how is this gonna end? I completely agree. Best fight in the show. To be honest, I don't think it's close. Like, I think it's pretty easily the best fight. Awesome.
I honestly think the second best might be season 4, episode 5, like the second.
Yeah, the second Conquest fight. I think
it's just Mark and Conquest have been the best fights. Because like Thrag was cool, but it wasn't really a fight.
Yeah, it wasn't. He's just too strong. He's literally so. I mean, he's so powerful. It's not even really a fight. But yeah.
All right. My number one spot, the one that I have not said yet, is the season 1 finale. When I look at the best moments of Invincible, we did a bracket. My favorite moment in Invincible is the Thank Mark scene, and then I think at least in the top 5, if at least one of them's in the top 5, and then the other one might be just outside of it. But I think 2 other moments that occur in that episode are the train scene, just seeing him hold Mark, and he just see everyone dying, and just Mark's worst nightmare. His dad, everything he thought he knew is just it's just like falling apart in front of his eyes, and he sees all those people dying. Dialogue between them, and then especially during the Thank Mark scene, like I said, and then another scene that I think is at least in the top 10 for me, is the baseball flashback. It's extremely emotional. It happens. Yeah. I want to say it happens. Is it right after Thank Mark? Is it before?
I think it's right after.
It's
because
one of the 2.
He sees the teeth, like how his 2 front teeth are missing, like how, cause I think it's after Thank Mark.
Yeah, but anyway, either way, it was perfect. Just having that flashback in at that specific moment was absolutely perfect. It just made the emotions even worse, and just seeing the destruction of the city, just seeing Nolan go absolutely crazy, and just showing how strong Viltrumites can be, what he can do with his powers. In season 1, I've already talked about. I think it's the honestly might be the tightest in terms of storytelling season. Just like every episode progresses the plot, and just that whole build up until that moment, the payoff is just there. It's awesome. I don't want to say it's definitely my favorite episode, but I feel comfortable saying it.
Yeah, no, like I said, I'm completely okay with someone saying that. Like it's definitely up there.
Yeah, it's my favorite episode. As like those 3 moments for me are up there for me. They could all 3 be in the top 5, or at least all 3 in the top 10, and as the best moment in the show for me. So it's just the culmination of all those events in season 1. It's awesome. It's my number 1.
My number 1, you probably knew, season 4, episode 7, Thrag's introduction. I know we said earlier it's not technically his introduction, but the first time we see him actually fight, just insane. I mean, the dialogue between him and Nolan when they're on Viltrum, when he punches him down into Viltrum, and they're having that dialogue, is so awesome. Like you referenced earlier, we get to see the backstory behind Thrag and how he assumed power, and just what his purpose is and his mission is so interesting to see. The fighting throughout all of it is awesome, and he literally generates his own like wind when he punches Mark, which is just insane. He kills Thetis in that episode. We get to see like they blow up Viltrum. That is just insane. Like nonstop action throughout that episode. We get to see Oliver be an idiot again. I think he can solo somebody. But yeah,
what's all the hype about this Thrag guy? No way he lives up to the hype. No, I think that.
And then immediately gets murked. Yeah, but yeah, just I think those top three, what we both had, they were in different orders. But if one of those is your favorite, like I can agree. Mm-hmm. Like I think like that's a good answer.
I mean, we had the same top three, so I mean our lists are honestly not even that. Like we had some things that are a little bit different, but I think we had a lot of the same episodes in the top 10.
I think if you include like if you do the one honorable mention you said you would do the season 3 episode 4 and include my honorable mention, like it's the same 11.
Yeah, I have to obviously go back and look at the episodes, but I think that episode, season 3 episode 4 would either be 11 or 12. So it would be up there. Maybe 11, 12 or 13 because I forgot about because season 4 episode 2 could maybe up there, even episode 6 too.
Yeah,
but it would be in my honorable mention.
Yeah,
so
I think so.
All right, you have anything else you want to add on to that?
No, I think.
All right, let's get into our last segment. We haven't done this before, but I'm sure you guys have seen this on TikTok. Pretty much, we're gonna pick a character and have them run the gauntlet. We each picked a character. He can be from any universe and put them up against characters. It could be from the same universe, or it could be different universes, and they have to get through 10 people. And we want to see if that character, if whoever we're giving it to, they think they can get through that gauntlet.
I'll go first.
You want me to give it to me? Or?
Yeah, I'm going to give it to you first. Okay. Your character running the gauntlet is Darth Vader.
Are you serious?
Did you do Darth Vader too? Bro. We did not plan this. This is like we do it beforehand. Okay, this is so funny. Well, I guess it's fine.
I'm not going to let it, just because we can both put our input into this now. So.
Okay. Duplicate.
Darth Vader.
Yeah, I think it's pretty easy. He easily would kill her. Daredevil.
Darth Vader. I love my boy Daredevil, but he's pretty much just an enhanced human.
Yeah.
And Darth Vader, like, he literally has the Force. Like, the Force is one of the strongest things we've seen in fiction. So, I mean, it's got to be Daredevil.
I completely agree. Harry Potter.
I'm going to go Daredevil. Daredevil. Darth Vader. I'm going to go Darth Vader. Yeah, it's weird because with Harry Potter, we kind of talked about this a little bit ago with the killing curses and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, because technically, if he hits anyone with that,
I think,
but Darth Vader has the Force,
and I think he probably could because most of the curses and spells come from their wand. I'm assuming his saber could probably deflect them.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So
like, he has a lightsaber. He also could. He also honestly could play from range too, just because we've seen Darth Vader use his Force like pull ships from far away.
Yeah.
He can probably reach someone with a Force from who knows how far that can expand out to. So it's not like he has to be on top of Harry Potter to do anything.
He can
throw his lightsaber.
Yeah.
Like it. Yeah, I'm going Darth Vader.
Yeah, I think so as well. Billy Butcher with powers.
I'm going Darth Vader. It's interesting because, I mean, honestly, it's not really. Billy's whole thing is if he wraps you around with his thing, but Darth Vader could just
cut it. Yep, exactly. So and just force choke him too, and then he can't do anything.
So Darth Vader.
Cyborg.
Cyborg's interesting because of how smart he is. Maybe you could figure out a way to, because like the thing about Vader is his emotions. If you could figure out a way to get in his head or mess with his suit or in some way, maybe you could do
That's
something.
what I was thinking, like the tech. Maybe he could some way mess with his suit.
But I'm going to go Darth Vader.
I would as well.
But that is a possibility. Like you could make the argument that maybe Cyborg could do that, but I feel like it's more safe to go Darth Vader.
Yeah. Immortal.
Okay.
I think this is the first real test.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Darth Vader. That definitely is a test. Immortal's obviously extremely strong. I'm just gonna go with Vader just because of the fact that there are certain characters that I think once we get, I'm sure you'll name one that have stronger powers than the Force, but I don't think he's one of them. I still think he's able to just Force choke them. He's able to really can do anything with Force. You can throw down an object on him or really anything. I don't think,
and he's not as durable as like Viltrumites and stuff. Like he's pretty easily beaten. We've seen that.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna go Vader.
Okay. Luke Skywalker.
Okay. So this one, I mean, I'm gonna go. This one's hard. Are we talking about Prime Luke?
Yeah, this is like Prime Luke.
So like the
Prime Luke versus
Luke.
Prime, but also versus Prime Vader. They're both bloodlusted.
Yeah.
We're taking out the fact that like Luke wouldn't want to kill his dad or that Vader wouldn't want to kill his son. But
okay. My thing with this is we know peak if Anakin Skywalker at his peak, if he wouldn't turn the Vader, it was going to be the strongest Jedi ever. And if we're talking about Luke Skywalker at his peak, he wouldn't have been as strong as Anakin is, but he's still very high up there.
Yeah.
And I think you got to consider the fact that if this battle's happening, and we got to assume the fact that I guess they're both bloodlusted. Do you think it's fair to throw in the fact that they're gonna have emotions like Vader? Because
I would say Vader's gonna have less emotions than. Because he kind of Vader's thing is like after Padme dies, he doesn't care. Like he wants to kill everything in his sight.
Yeah, you gotta assume that Vader, Luke at his peak is, I mean, he is going to be as strong as he has as he's been with the Force. I mean, we've seen the stuff he did in the Last Jedi. I know you hate it, but he's extremely strong in the Force.
Wait, I didn't hate the Last Jedi.
What do you mean?
You said I know you hate it.
The Last Jedi.
Oh, the Last Jedi. Sorry,
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah,
the
sorry.
Last Jedi.
I
was like, yeah, you hate the Last Jedi.
No, sorry. I was thinking. I was thinking
Return
of the Jedi when you said
the Last
that.
Jedi.
I was like, I don't hate Return of the Jedi.
But we saw the stuff he did there. I'm not gonna lie, man. I might take Prime Luke. I don't know if that's. What would you pick?
I would take Vader.
Okay, what's your reason?
I feel like the strongest feat we've seen Luke do with Force is the Force Ghost.
Yeah,
and the strongest thing we've seen Vader do is like literally pull cruisers like that are trying to go into like hyperdrive back. I think it's said before that like Anakin's metachlorian. I always like pronounce that word wrong, but the count of metachlorian count is higher than anyone else's. I think
the one thing about that is him being on the dark side, it's not at his full potential that he would have been if he was.
I agree, but I still think it's higher than Luke's.
Another thing that I didn't mention that I think could be thrown into that is the fact that he's not going to be as agile just because of him being in the suit.
Yeah, no, I agree, but his brute strength would be.
No, he definitely has. That's an interesting one. Like I wonder what the consensus is on that.
I see. To me, I definitely think Luke is difficult. Like I think it's not an easy challenge, but I think he beats him. Like,
I kind of want to see if I can like look up
if he's not holding back at all. That's what, if we can take emotions out of it from both sides. I think he beats him.
Yeah, that's a hard one. I want to keep it going just because I think it is pretty 50-50, but I'm gonna say Prime Luke wins. But
okay, Wolverine.
I'm going Vader on that one, to be honest.
The only argument I see is the regen.
The thing is, for me, I think Vader can literally lift things up and just throw it on him.
Yeah.
And then he could just like, the regen is like a thing just because obviously he can just regenerate. I just think in terms of you take away the regen, what is he really going to do to Vader?
Yeah, no, I agree. The regen's the only thing that makes it somewhat interesting.
I'm going to take Vader over Wolverine.
Thanos without the gauntlet.
Without the gauntlet?
Yeah. with the gauntlet, I mean it's not even close.
I mean, Thanos is still extremely
strong.
Thanos
without the gauntlet,
he was still taking on
3v1s Thor, Iron Man, and Cap.
I know. That's interesting. Where are you leaning on this? I mean, I'm just curious just because.
I mean, he could just force choke him.
Is this your last one?
No, there's one more.
Okay.
He could just force choke him. That is the one thing. I don't know. It's tough. I think if Thanos can get to where he's actually like getting into a closer range fight where it's not just him using the Force the whole time.
Yeah.
I think he could beat him. But the problem is I don't know if Vader would let him get close enough.
Yeah. I mean, my gut initially was just kind of leaning Vader, just because, I just think I don't know what Thanos will be able to really do without the gauntlet if he's able to, like, have distance and use the Force.
Yeah, I think if he can get in close with his big axe, like
I don't think Vader would let him.
Yeah, he wouldn't. That's the thing. He would have to get close, and I just don't think he can.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go Vader.
Then last, Thrag.
It's hard because we've only seen Thrag fight one time, but like what he did was still like insanity.
I think Thrag would just speed blitz him.
Yeah,
and there's nothing Vader could do. He would before Vader could even think to like force choke or swing his saber. He would literally have his head like exactly how he did to Thetis. He would just rip him apart.
Yeah,
like before he could even think.
I'm cool with going Thrag, just because of the fact that
the speed is the problem. I mean, he is durable, super durable, and he's obviously super strong. I mean, he literally creates gravitational pull with a force, or like force with his fist when he's punching. But I think the speed is the primary problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Thrag. I completely agree with that speed blitz. Like we talked about how it'd be hard for, I guess, like the thing about Vader is you have to get into range where you can stop him, and with the Force he can kind of play far back. He has a lightsaber that you can literally just swing. I think Thrag's fast enough.
He's just so fast that his speed is the problem.
So between all those that you said, I think I'm gonna take Prime Luke, and then I'm gonna take Thrag. I think everyone else I would take Vader.
Yeah.
All right.
So Vader's close to running the gauntlet.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to mine. So yeah, I did pick Darth Vader. I changed it too. Initially, I was gonna give you Superman, but then I was like, I feel like Superman's a little
that would have been tough, low key.
Yeah, I was thinking I'd have to do some like hard.
Yeah, you'd have to do some really strong characters.
I'm gonna go down a little bit. Okay, I will say. I'm gonna say how many of these do I have? I actually only have one that's the same as what you gave me.
Well, that's good.
But I feel like I made my first few a lot easier, but we'll see.
Okay.
So like my first one is Bucky Barnes, Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I don't know what Bucky would do. He could shoot bullets at him, but he would literally just stop him with the Force, like,
or just block it with the
the saber. Yeah, either way, like there's nothing Bucky could do.
Then I did Green Goblin.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah. He's just gonna grab his glider and just throw him off the glider, and then he's done for. Like, and honestly, the bombs too. Like, even if a bomb hit Vader, I don't think it would kill him. I don't think one bomb would be enough to kill him. So
okay, yeah, and I think this is the last one that's really just a gimme. Black Panther.
Yeah. The problem is, I guess we don't know how vibranium, like Beskar obviously can stop sabers. So if vibranium's as strong as Beskar and could stop the saber, then I think it would get interesting. But then the Force is the problem. He would just choke him. Yeah, I think it's pretty easy. I will say though, I think if the vibranium's as strong as the Beskar, then I think it becomes more interesting. But
all right, then I have Spider-Man.
I think his Spidey sense helps him a lot here. The main problem is gonna be the Force though. I just don't see. Spider-Man doesn't really have a way to range attack other than his webs, but that's not going to do anything. I'd say maybe unless there's some way he can web his hands together to where he can't. But I mean, he's probably strong enough to do stuff with the Force without his hands. He could probably just do it mentally. Like, yeah, I just don't. There's probably just no way. I think it's. I mean,
we've seen characters just use the Force without actually going.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think he's obviously. Like, one of the strongest Force wielders ever. So yeah, I just don't think there's.
Okay. And then this is the one I was similar to. I Wolverine, which we talked about.
Yeah.
We talked about.
We talked about the region makes it more interesting because.
So what is Wolverine going to?
What is he going to do? Like the adamantium is strong and it could definitely pierce his armor, but at the end of the day, he's not going to let him get close enough to even probably stab him. So
okay, and then my number 6, similar to Cyborg, I have Iron Man.
Yeah, I think it's the exact same argument as Iron Man. Like the tech stuff, if he could somehow figure out how to make his suit malfunction or cause him not to be able to breathe. But the main problem is before he can get that figured out, I think he's just gonna force choke him.
I mean, this also would be just like a random encounter. It wouldn't be.
He also could literally pull the armor off of Iron Man, and then it would just be
true.
like Tony, and Tony obviously can't do anything without the armor.
Okay, and then my 7th one, I have the Hulk.
The Hulk is actually super interesting. I don't know that he could kill him. His regen factor is insane.
It is.
Even with the lightsaber. I mean, the only way maybe if he choked him.
Yeah.
But I think even if you choked him, similarly to like a Deadpool or Wolverine, if he is just laying there on the ground, he's going to regen.
Yeah.
I might go Hulk.
Okay.
I don't know.
I think this one is like really close.
If we're going off of... Okay, let me say this. If we're going off of movies, I would actually probably take Darth Vader. Because movie Hulk has not been nearly as strong as comic Hulk. Yeah. If we were doing comics, though, I would take comic Hulk for sure.
I mean, you could do comic Hulk, to be honest. Like, I mean, so you if it was movie Hulk, do you think you'd take Vader?
Yeah.
Really?
Movie Hulk, like...
But like even like Avengers 1 Hulk?
The reason I'm struggling is because we don't see his regen factor that much in the movies. He mentions in Avengers 1 how he tried to put a bullet in his mouth and Hulk spit it back out. So obviously like a bullet to the head didn't even kill him. But like if he like force choked him to the point where like obviously he like passed out or died, and then he like severed Hulk's head.
That's the thing. The thing is though, like Hulk is also extremely fast, but also like I don't know, it's weird because if Vader just gets, if Hulk just gets one punch on Vader, like
not even that, dude, he could do the clap.
Yes,
and if he does the clap and like knocks him like unconscious a little bit,
he literally just needs to get into a position where he can put some sort of hit on Vader.
I think
he does that. It just can't. It's just the fact that because Vader can play from range, can he get there? I think I agree with you. I think I lean the Hulk.
I lean the Hulk too. I think comic Hulk, I'm easily Hulk. Like it is. There's some insane variants of Hulk. Literally the Hulk that's up there, the pop that we have. That variant of Hulk is insane. There's literally like worlds where like, like Thanos has like destroyed Earth and he only left the Hulk to live, or was it Doom? Maybe it's Doom. I can't remember. There's a comic though where like the whole Earth is like dead, and it's just because like Hulk can't die. Like he's like basically like doomed to immortality. Yeah. There's variations. There's like variations of Hulk where he beats like cosmic Ghost Rider and stuff. Like I just think like, yeah, if it's comics, it's easily Hulk.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. These honestly, this 7 through 10 are all actually. There's a couple towards the top. There are a couple that I will see. I lean. I'm curious what your perspective is on it, but I made them all kind of difficult where they could lose to any of these. I just wanted to see what you say. Number 8, I have Magneto.
With the metal, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to see if you would say that.
It depends who can get off their ability first. If he can force choke him first, then Darth Vader wins. But if he does the metal first,
the reason I put him higher than Hulk is just the fact that with his metal he could just fucking crush.
It's who gets off gets it off first.
Yeah,
I don't know who. I'm gonna give it to Darth Vader because I like Darth Vader more. Okay, yeah, but I think it literally is a matter of who can get off their ability first.
Yeah, I would go Magneto, and then. Number 9, I have Doctor Strange.
Easily Doctor Strange.
Okay.
He would put him in a time loop with the stone, and he would just nothing he could do about it.
Yeah, I made this purposely so like he wouldn't get through the gauntlet.
Yeah, yeah.
And then my number 10 is Jean Grey.
Yeah, obvious. Yeah, easily Jean Grey.
Okay.
Yeah,
but yeah. I was curious to see what you'd. Hulk and Magneto were the two that I was curious because I thought there was a world where you put them past both of them, and then he would have lost the.
Yeah, Strange, Magneto. If you say Magneto, I'm going Magneto. I don't disagree
just
because
I think he could literally just crush his.
Yeah, he easily could. I mean, his arm, his whole body is mechanical. Like even the lightsaber has metal on it. Like it doesn't. He could easily, but if he gets off the force choke first, then like all bets are off. So
yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's all I got. So you got him going. I mean, if I switched Magneto and Hulk and you just took him, then he would have got through 7 and failed at 8. So, and same thing with you. I had him losing to 2 people, so I would have got to 8.
Yeah,
through 8 of them. Okay, but yeah, next time we're gonna have to try not to pick the same one.
Yeah, not trying to pick the same character. Let us know in the comments if there's any like characters you want to see run the gauntlet, and we'll put them up
we'll
against
do it.
some other characters in fiction.
That was fun.
Yeah. Anything else you got for this episode?
Nope. Do you want to tell them that we might be doing a double episode?
Oh, yes. So I think it's in 2 weeks. We're going to have the season or series finale of The Boys. So we are going to review that separately because Stripes is going to be back on the pod. He's going to be reviewing The Mandalorian and Grogu with us, which comes out
May 22nd.
Yeah.
We're watching it on the 21st.
So, probably Thursday night, you guys are going to get The Boys reaction. It's going to be a standalone season review, series review, just me and Nick. And then either Friday or Saturday, depending upon editing, you're going to get the normal podcast. We're going to have Mandalorian Grogu review, and then probably a couple of Star Wars themed segments put together.
We're also going to do we're going to review Mando season 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, because we also, neither one of us had watched Mandalorian. We're both in the process of watching it right now. Also, Book of Boba Fett. We can talk about that a little bit too.
Sure,
if
we can just do all of that in an episode.
Yeah,
that honestly could take the whole episode. We'll see, but if not, we'll have another segment.
Yeah, maybe we can have
that will be your traditional, hour long, maybe a little bit longer episode, and then the Boys one, depending on how long we talk about it, it'll probably be at least 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah, I would say 30 to 50 minutes, probably somewhere in that area.
But we'll have two episodes.
If we have time, like you said, we'll throw in a game we can play or something, some sort of bracket or fun challenge with Star Wars stuff.
I mean, usually our episodes of Stripes go to the hour and a half mark. So we'll see. So maybe we'll just purposely make it that long.
And he's a fan favorite, so he's got to come back.
All right. But yeah, that's what we got coming out, and then next week will just be a normal episode.
It'll be similar to this week.
Yeah, we'll probably just talk about
the boys,
and then do some other fun segments.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's all we got.
Yeah, so go ahead and drop down in the comments if there's any segments you guys want to see, someone else you want to see around the gauntlet, like I said. But thanks for joining us on this episode. We hope to see you guys again next week. See ya.